what is a disability? It is defined as anything that disables or puts one at a disadvantage. So we all have them. We are all different in some way. Does it mark us as weak? Does it give us an excuse to quit? A disability does not define us, no matter how small or how big it is. We define what kind of person we want to be by how hard we work to overcome it. So in the end, it begs the question, do we have a disability or an ability to never give up?
You're not allowed to give up here. I mean, that's the bottom line. And that may sound harsh, but what's so great about our staff is that they monitor progress so well to know when to change things up, making sure the goals are correct for the kids and the kids feel success.
Before, I haven't really used tied shoes, so.
In the very beginning, it took more than 7 minutes to put the shoes on and tie it.
At the start, it wasn't really too easy.
Right now, within 1 minute, he's able to put the shoes on and tie it.
It took me about 4 weeks or so to learn this. The more I practice it, the easier it gets.
He can say, if I am able to tie my shoe properly, then there are some other goals that I can also achieve, and I can go further.
It might give me confidence to do like other stuff that my friends can do.
Conductive education is very specific, but not everybody can do it. We do it at Rising Star because we have the teachers who were trained in Budapest, Hungary to learn the method and bring it here to the United States.
We are helping them to reach physical goals, but also because the conductor is not just a conductor, it's a conductor teacher. We can increase the subject lessons, the math, the English. All these together is conductive education.
We're trying to work on their social skills, the cognitive skills, emotional things. We are working on the whole personality.
We find those individual goals, and then during our sessions we want to give just as much help as is definitely necessary to reach that goal.
Conductive ed and the rehab services and the education team together have that holistic view. It's all three facets working together in the context of the family as well. We've made it seamless because the kids need and deserve seamless care. That's very comprehensive, that's very powerful.
When I approach my students and when I speak to them, I speak to them to their potential.
What's the big word that we always use together when something isn't happening that you need to be happening? What do you need to do for yourself? Right.
You have to advocate for yourself. You have to stick up for yourself. And a lot of times I feel like with a special needs population, people take that for granted. And they think that, oh, these kids can't do that for themselves. But they are very capable of doing this.
Who is sitting next to you that can help slide you up? Okay, so can you look at Aiden and ask Aiden to help sit you up? Nice, awesome, good job.
So it's really, really essential to give them, if they're verbal, the words to teach them the words to say. If they're nonverbal, to give them a device that will say that for them.
Yes. Did he do that on his own? He did. Okay, good. Okay.
I want to be the voice until they have the voice. Until they can say, I have a voice. And I can say, yes, yes you do. Yes you do. And now you can go forward and you can advocate for yourself and you can live up to your potential.
We know too much about how kids with motor disturbances learn and grow to settle for anything less than their greatest potential.
When we talk with these kids, we realize that They want to do something. They want to reach something. They want to live a better life. They want to take care of themselves, to be independent in so many ways.
When you're a parent and you expect all these things when you have a baby, and it turns out differently, and you just don't know what the future holds for you, So our biggest thing is Will didn't smile for the first 6 months. And I always tell people, once he started smiling and laughing, I was like, okay, we've got this. You know what? Now we can handle it. Now that we know he can experience joy and be happy, we'll deal with what life gets us.
First time he cried, we were appalled, and a friend of ours was over, and he said, if he can cry, he can laugh. And it was just...
I mean, he was only a few weeks old when he first started crying,
That was a profound statement.
But it's so much, there's so much uncertainty, because even once you finally get the diagnosis of cerebral palsy, you don't know what that means for your kid. Because again, it could mean maybe he's just going to limp a little bit in life, or for Will, he can't walk or talk or eat, but there's so many other things he can do. And like I said, Rising Star just makes sure we push him as far as he can.
Here, he's surrounded with other kids with similar disability, and they feed off of each other. He feeds off of them, and they feed off of him, and that's huge for us.
There's a concept of neuroplasticity, which is, in a nutshell, sort of the brain's ability to regenerate or heal itself. And I think that's an important concept when we think about cerebral palsy in young children, that even though they have an injury to the brain, that brain is constantly undergoing repair and change. And good intensive therapies, we know early on, are going to give a child their maximal developmental potential.
I wish I could be me 16 years ago, and so we had Will in as soon as possible in this program. We had found the right conductive ed program to get him started even earlier than we did.
Because as a parent, you're very numb. You're trying to figure out what's going on in your life. You're not thinking the best thoughts. You're not having the best days. You're just trying to get through those days. And then once Will started coming here, though, it just changed for him, and then it changed us.
When parents are ready to channel their energies, their passion, their love for their child in a direction of healing and growth, and they find us, then we are the catalyst to make it happen.
At the beginning, we are just practicing at Rising Star during our sessions. We explain them a lot of times why they need to stretch their arms, why they need to stretch their legs, why they need to learn how to stand up, lean forward, reach for something. Later on, we are creating some situations where they can try themselves out, because when we are going to Planet Fitness or when we have Rising Star Cafe, now they understand why they had to do it.
The Rising Star Cafe is the epitome of what Rising Star is all about.
Hello, welcome to Rising Star Cafe.
We brought the world to us for the sake of developing skills that then will help us get into the world.
What more do you want for your kid? But for them to give as much as they have, to get themselves as far as they can go, but to be happy while they're doing it, it's a great thing. So that's what it just motivates them differently than any other therapy. So you'll see things from your kid that you probably haven't seen.
Specialized schools like this are vital. I wouldn't even say that they're a nice pleasure. They're vital because these kids need support in ways that a school with lots and lots of kids just can't. They don't have the ability to do it. It's not that they don't want to, they just don't have the time. These kids need one-on-one therapies, whether that be speech or OT or PT or conductive ed. Their academics need to be tailored to them to a certain extent. So I think that specialized schools like this are an essential part of their education.
These kids can do a lot more if we can help them. We all got help in various different shapes or form growing up, and some people need a little bit more help in the beginning of their lives, and these kids do. And these kids can be very successful members of society, and we just need to help them do that.
My vision really right now for Rising Star is to just continue to reach those children out there that need us. That might sound like a limited vision, but so I'm not talking about blowing the walls open and having whirlpools and swimming pools. While that sounds nice, I'm talking about finding all the students out there that can benefit from Rising Star, because we're able to give to the families and these students something that nobody else can give.
bringing hope home. It's not just a concept, it's a reality.